Hi everyone, so in this video we are going to use the same project that we've done in the previous video with card styling, and this time we are going to create an animation to open this card and reveal some additional content. Principle of the animation will be, once the card clicked, to slide the image at the top. The image will take the entire of the screen, at the top of the screen, and we take the entire width of the screen and 1/3 of the height, and we will spring some content, but for now we display the description of the location. So let's dig into it so you understand better where I want to go with this animation. So you know I have updated my version of React Native ZStyle to 0.1.13 and install React Native vector icons in the background. Going to my app.js, so the first thing that we want to do here is to add some components. So the touchable without feedback for the card, the touchable opacity for the button that will close the card when we need to. Then let's import the icon from React Native vector icons, and we will use ion icons here. Also from React Native we will need animated, obviously, and dimensions. While we are at it, let's get the width and height of the screen. And I'm going to store each of these variables into specific variables. So screen width equal width, const screen height equal height. So we know exactly what we are talking about when we are using these variables. Great. So first thing that we need to do here will be to make this card clickable. Just refreshing the project. Okay, very good. So to do so, we are going to use the Z touchable without feedback to wrap the entire component. Like so. I'm going to create my own press event. So this will open the card. So we will need to pass two parameters. The first one will be the location, which is name item here, and the index of the location, to understand which image we are opening. So once we render all the images, all the cards from a flat list, we need to record the image component itself. So I'm going to use the component with mount here to set an images object, empty object for now. And basically here we are going to wrap the image into a view, and this view will have the ZRef props here, and we will pass the image into the image variable, so we always keep reference to the image. And once we open the card, by using the index, we are able to identify which component we are talking about. Take his measure and apply it to the new card. So I think that's about it for now here. One thing I want to do here is to use the resize mode of cover. I need to refresh because it was not in the initial. What is happening here? Sorry, images. Obviously it can't work if it's not properly spelled. Okay, so we still have the same thing here, but now when we click, we need to have this open card function that will accept the item, which is the location, and an active index. So we need to store the location, the active index, into state. So let's create the variables now. Location, active index, like so. And for now, we can just commit them to the state once it is click. Okay. Now, before to return my components inside the flat list, I need to check if the card under is the card that has been clicked. So to do so, I'm going to use, and the idea is that once I click on the image, that the image opacity is set to 0. So I can replace it with the actual image that I will animate. So to replace it at the exact same location to animate the image at the top of the screen. So in the index, the image equal the active index, and I need to take it from the state. Automatically need to add the location as well. Okay, and then I need to make sure that I have an active image. So active image will be the initial image dimensions and position, and we are going to add it to the text. So if the index is equal to the active index and we have an active image, we set the opacity to 0, otherwise to 1, else to undefined, like so. And we're going to set it to the style of the image here. Great, so let's add the active image from the state here, like so, to avoid any issue. Now, if I refresh component and I click the image, nothing is happening. Because this active image thing is not done, so let's say that this active image will true for now, just for the demonstration. Okay, so now when I click on the image on the card, the initial image disappeared, and the objective is to replace it with another image. Now we have done so we are setting our location. We can start working on the view that will hold the card open. So it will be an absolute view. Pin to all sides of the screen, and let's put background color for now to see that it is there. Great. I'm going to remove it for now. So as you can see, we can't scroll anymore, so we need to add the pointer events into it. So if we have a location, meaning the card is open, so we set it to auto, override to none. Refresh. We can scroll. If I remove pointer events, like so, we can't scroll at all. So just to show that it is working properly. Now I need to put the content of the image of the card open, and to do so I need to get the location information once it is selected. But I need to make sure that to display it I have a location override to avoid any issue after that. So for the first view, I think we can wrap the entire element like so. Or you know what? Let's even put it this way. We can even avoid to use the pointer event. So it's a nice technique, but basically what it says here is that if we don't have any location, I don't show the absolute view at all. So I can get rid of that, and it will still show the same thing. So I can scroll, I click, I can't scroll because now the view is this view is now visible since we have registered a location here into the state. So good enough. It gives a little bit more clarity on this. Okay. So let's make the top component. So we have two parts: the image and the content, like so. The image itself will be 1/3 of the screen, if I remember well. To achieve that, going to my ZStyle file on the height attribute object, I'm going to add one utility, screen 1/3. That will be the height divided by 3. The height is coming from the dimension library from React Native. So I get the entire height of the screen just divided by 3 and add it as a utility here. Going back to my component, h, like so. So now I have, okay, I think I need to refresh, make it displayed. So now I have my height. This is great. Now for the content, flex on background white, like so. But here we're supposed to get an image. So let's add, actually, let's copy paste the image from here. Like so. We don't need the reference. The image is still cached. Here it would be location instead. We don't need the style for now, at least. And we don't need the opacity. Here you go. So we have the image at the top here, and let's add the text for the content. Location.venue.description, like so. Some styling, MB20, sorry, M20. Okay, text gray, darker, font thin, news, text Great. In this component here, so we have the image, but I want to add the name of a restaurant, of a location, and a little cross here to be able to close the card. To do so, first I want to have an overlay on top of the image with a little black with some opacity at 25%. So we are able to show the text a little bit better. So let's get to it. So it will be an additional view. So put a budget here like so. What does it do? Nothing. So not. I guess I have to pin it. Okay. Great, but I don't want background teal. What I want, so going back to my colors in the ZStyle file, I have created this. It's not out of the box for this utility. I've just added it. It enables to have my black color here. So this RGB numbers coming from this X color in black that I'm using, and I just add 25% of opacity. So going back here, instead of background teal, like so. If I remove it, you can see the difference. Great. Now I need to add some text with location.venue.name, like so. So you can see it at the top here. I need to center it. Return center, justify. Center. Have it here. Style the text. Text white, text to Excel. Font semi-bold to make it standing out. Great. Now I need my button to enable to close the image, so it will be a touchable opacity for this time. With the text always for the icon for easier styling. So the name is iOS close, I believe, with iron icons. And the size will be 60. The color of the icon will be white. So let's make it absolute. Pin to the top, pin to the right. And margin top of 20, margin right of 20. Let's see what does it bring us. Okay, good enough. Now I have my button to be able to close the card. So let's add on press event. This dot close card. This doesn't take any parameter. Going back here. So for now, we will set the location to false, back to its initial state, active index to null, and active image to null. So if everything goes well, great. So now I'm ready to start animating the card.